now the welcome slides of the webinar. So first of them was focused on the campaign, on what you can expect in the campaign. We had webinar on how to upload data and how to work with globe visualization, and we also had 2 webinars that were focused more on working with satellites and on the research in the phenology, and also on trees, measuring tree height and cooperation with the Trees Around the Globe campaign. All these webinars were recorded, and if you would like to see the recordings, you can go to the Phenology Campaign website, where you will find a webinars tab, and they're always on the top. There are invitation to the new webinars, but if you scroll down a bit, you will see archived webinars where you can see recording of all the webinars that I have just mentioned. The recording of today's webinars will be there available soon as well. We also collected some new examples of good practice, which are also available on the GLOBE website in the Get Inspired section. I will be adding there more examples. I'm now collecting them from you as you are sending me your information. So soon enough, you should see there more news, more examples from schools. The campaign was also great in terms of collaboration. So big part of schools joined the collaboration group. It was 79 out of 118 schools. And these schools collaborated in 31 groups where you and the other schools exchanged data and created different collaborative projects. About some of them you will hear today in the school presentations. And what was also new in the campaign was collaboration within the Young Scientists for the Central Europe project, which is a regional collaborative activity for the Visegrad countries. So schools from Poland, Slovakia, and Czech Republic also had some activities within this project and collaborated together. Now I have given you a lot of data about the campaign, but what I would like to emphasize is that you managed to reach all these results, to enter all the data to the database and send all the posts to the forum, despite the fact that this autumn was really complicated. Many of the schools were closed. Many of you couldn't actually go to schools. Your students had to stay home, so you couldn't really continue your observation in a normal way. But still, you managed to continue and share your results. So I think it is a really great result, and I would like to give you a big applause and send you my thanks for not giving up on phenology and continuing your activities despite all the trouble. So many thanks for that. And so this is all from me for now. The last thing that I would like to mention is the invitation for the spring campaign, because the phenology campaign will continue in spring, starting in February with observation of bud bursts and leaf growth. And I will send you more information and registration during January. Thank you. And I will now stop sharing my presentation. And I think it's time now to start to give words to GLOBE students and hear the first presentation, which is from Osnovna škola Rugvica, from students of Petra Sekulic from Croatia.
Yes.
Okay, we can see your presentation.
Oh, great. Okay.
Good. Can start.
Okay.
Maybe before you start, to everybody, if you have any questions, you can put it to the chat during the presentation, and we will take it after the presentation for the discussion. Or you can also ask at the end.
Just a second to. Do you hear us?
Yes.
Okay.
Today we are going to present our work in the GLOBE Program and European Phenological Campaign. We are Sarah, Patricia, and Mia. We are in the 7th form of Rubica Elementary School. The Rubica County is situated near Zagreb, the country's capital city. It stretches along the Sava River. There are about 7,000 inhabitants in this area.
6 October 2017, teachers Monica Maric and Petra Sekulic participated in the National Expert Meeting for GLOBE Program Leaders. After the lectures and workshops were taken, the teachers become qualified for GLOBE measurements, and our school becomes a GLOBE school.
We make observations of the atmosphere, soil, biosphere, water. We participated in the campaigns Trees Around the Globe, European Phenological Campaign, Urban Heat Island Effect, Mosquito Habitat Mapper. This year in September, we joined the European Phenological Campaign and started observing the following tree species: fig, cherry, lime, and birch. We measured the height of all the trees and used the GLOBE app for all the trees. So far, we have made 7 to 13 observations. Depending on weather, the leaves have already fallen off the tree.
We observe a change in leaf color at least twice a week or more often. On this slide, you can see photos and the change of leaves on our first-time tree. We compare the changes on this tree with a school in Ukraine.
On this slide, you can see photos and the change of leaves on our second lime tree. On this slide, you can see photos and the change of leaves on our third lime tree. This tree was planted by students of our School for Earth Day who participated in the GLOBE program before us. They planted it just so that generations after them could notice the changes in this tree. On this slide, you can see photos and the change of leaves on a cherry tree. We compare the changes on this tree with the school in Ukraine.
On this slide, you can see photos and the change of leaves on the fig tree. We compare the changes on this tree with the school in Zadar, Croatia.
On this slide, you can see photos and the change of leaves on a birch tree. We compare the changes on this tree with the school in Ukraine. In September, Lenka Kleber, the leader, contacted us by email and suggested 2 schools for cooperation. We started cooperation with Ivano-Frankivsk City Environmental Station and Mrs. Bogdana. We compare birch, lime, and cherry.
The second school did not contact us for cooperation, so we chose another school, the Ante Kuzmanic Medical School in Zadar and Miss Mariana Špunca-Vrkić, with which we compared the fig tree.
At the beginning of the collaboration, we introduced ourselves via email about the place, school, and types of observations. We agreed on which days we would have observations so we can compare the same later.
Ms. Bogdana suggested a great idea, filling out an Excel spreadsheet with dates and changes on the worksheet.
We emailed images for the same observation dates. You can see some of the pictures here.
In October, we started cooperating with the Ante Kuzmanic Medical School in Zadar. We compared the fig tree.
We regularly exchange data and photos via email. Here are photos of the fig tree and leaves. What we liked most was direct observation of leaf change in our environment. We learned a lot about the change in leaf color and the conditions in which the leaves fall faster. Windy days, rainfall, more sun, the leaves fall off later.
We use data in geography teaching with our Professor Petra in the processing of climate and flora of Europe.
Problems. Inability to work live in data processing COVID, we have to do everything online. Periods when we were in online classes and could not observe. Apart from these problems, we had no other.
We plan to observe the same types of trees in the spring in the green-up period.
Thank you for your attention.
So thank you for your presentation. So are there any questions to students? I see we don't have.
It was. Can I?
Yes, Lenka.
Yes, it was a very nice presentation, girls, and it's nice that you had a huge collaboration with other school, and that you did your observation even though this situation all over the Europe. So it's a great job, and continue in your work. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
I really liked the presentation, how you prepared the slides, and that you had so many photographs. So I wanted to ask, who from your team, who is the person who is the photograph, and who is taking the pictures, or how you do that? You have many nice pictures.
It was me.
Okay, so one person is the photograph.
The student and me, the teacher. I was also the photograph.
Perfect. Yeah, it's beautiful. The colors and the trees, different types of trees and leaves and everything together. I liked it.
Thank you.
Also, I'd like to ask about your collaboration, because you had really nice collaboration with schools. And did you have chance also to meet online, or how did you?
No, just email.
Yeah, so you exchange emails and.
But it would be nice to have a Skype call or a Zoom call with the students. Maybe in the future we will make also.
It's a nice plan.
Okay. Are there any further questions? You can also write your questions to chat. So far, I can see there a comment from Vera Keselicová, which is actually writing you that it's a great job, super work from you. So if someone would like to add some comments or questions, please feel free. Okay, Thanos, you have some question, it seems, or it's a confirmation of a great work, I guess.
Great work.
Thank you. I can hear now. I don't have any question yet at the moment.
So it seems to me that there are no more questions. So let's come to the second presentation. If I can ask you, please stop sharing your screen now.
Stop sharing.
The team from Rupica.
We have problems. Just a minute. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. And the second presentation will be the presentation of elementary school Píšť from the Czech Republic, and the students of Renata Hasalová. So I think I should share the screen for you, right? Do we have? I actually don't see Renata.
To nemusíte jakože nám prezentovat, my to jakože zvládneme asi nějak.
OK. Skvělé. Tak, už
Vidíte to?
Vidíme, skvělé.
Takže můžeme začít?
Určitě.
So good afternoon. We are researchers from the Czech Republic, from a small village nearby Ostrava. My name is Linda.
And this is Veronica.
Our school found the GLOBE organization 5 years ago. Since then, we've been able to study plants with the PlantNet application, to change part of our school garden, to create animal houses, and to clean a local stream. And we would like to introduce our phenological project. We have chosen this project because we were working on it 2 years ago. The object of our research was a cherry tree. We like to observe the changes of the tree during a whole year. This year, we decided to add more trees to compare their changes with.
We are observing birch, chestnut, cherry tree, sakura cherry, and hazel.
Besides our tree project, we will also try to connect with school from Slovakia. And here is how it's been our project going so far. At the end of September, we started taking pictures of trees for the database and started to observe the leaves coloring with application Grow Up. We tried to measure the height of the tree with clinometer.
The first try wasn't successful, but the second one was.
While photographing, we thought about how the leaves change. And so this is how our research question appeared. The research question sounds: do leaves closer to a tree trunk turn yellow sooner than on the outside?
And our hypothesis is leaves on the outside of tree turn yellow sooner than leaves closer to tree trunk.
By observing trees, we didn't confirm our hypothesis. We found it interesting how the trees were losing leaves from the top to the bottom. We hope that our spring research will be realized and COVID won't destroy it.
Thanks for your attention, and we look forward to spring cooperation with the Slovak schools.
Thank you very much for your presentation. And I know it was very difficult for you to connect today and to be here with us. So thank you so much for getting over all the problems and joining today. And now, are there some questions? Please, you can unmute yourself and ask directly, or you can write to chat.
So it was also a very nice presentation, and I appreciate that you use the Grow Up application. It's very good, and it's also very good that you did your observation for a longer time, for some years. Yeah, so it was very nice, and also very nice picture. Thank you.
May I ask? I like also your presentation, and especially these photos of the cherry tree you took during the year. And it seems that it's quite a tall and quite old tree. Do you know how old is this tree, this cherry? Do you have any idea?
We don't know.
You don't know.
How?
Excuse me, can I ask you? I am Věra Keslicová from the Czech Republic. Can I ask you some question?
Yes, of course.
Yes, I would like to ask you if the using of application grow up, was it good for you to use this presentation, or was you some problems with it?
Lení, můžeš překládat, prosím?
Určitě. Otázka byla, jestli když jste používali aplikaci Grow Up, jestli se vám s ní pracovalo dobře a jestli ty výsledky pro vás vlastně byly užitečné, nebo jestli jste využili nějak.
No tak jako s tou aplikací se nám pracovalo hodně dobře, že to tam je všechno čitelně napsané a víme, co jsme s tím měli dělat. A jako žádné problémy si myslím, že nebyly. Všechno šlo dobře.
Děkuji, já rozumím česky, děkuji. Jestli paní učitelka Hanka bude překládat ostatním.
Yeah, I will translate for the rest of the people who may not speak Czech. So the answer was that it was very easy and nice to use the Grow app. So everything was described well, and there was no problem at all, and the result was nice and useful for the students.
Děkuji moc krát. Moc pěkná práce. A great work of students of Czech Republic. Thank you.
I would like to add my comment that I very much like that you came with a research question and with the hypothesis about greening down of the leaves at the edges or in the middle of the tree. I think it's very interesting question, so it's good that you could answer it. Are there any further questions? I don't see. I see some comments, some greetings in chat. Okay, and there is a question from Evka Suchanova, who wants to ask if all the trees that were observed were in the school garden or in the school area. Jestli všechny stromy, které jste pozorovali, byly v areálu školy.
Jo, tak některé stromy jsou blízko jakože té škole, ale jakože ne, že by byly nějak daleko. Všechny jsou blízko.
A jsou přímo na pozemku školy, nebo jsou mimo?
No, jeden máme na pozemku školy, ale ostatní jsou mimo.
Děkuji. So only one of the trees is in the school garden, and the rest of the trees, they are all nearby, but outside of the area of school. Thank you.
I can see that Athanasios has a question, or he raised hand. So do you have a question?
Yes, hello. Did you hear me?
Yes.
I take measurements at an old oak on Mount Olympus, Greece. The environment is hot at the moment. We have 12 degrees at local solar noon. The oak leaf that I'm studying is open green at the moment. But I have a question. Unfortunately, I can't use the Grow app due to connection problems at the specific area. It is a national park and have some signal problems there. I'm sad that I can't upload some photos after, and why I must take pictures only online. That's only I want to ask.
Yeah, we know that there is this problem that you mentioned, that it's only possible to use Grow app once you're online, once you're connected to internet. And unfortunately, this is something that we were not able to solve so far. The application is not completely developed by the GLOBE program. It's created by the scientist team from the Netherlands. So it's a cooperation, and it is sometimes difficult to do the changes due to funding and other reasons. So this is something that we know about, and we will try to improve it, but I cannot promise you at the moment when it will be changed.
No problem. Thank you very much.
I wanted to say that, as you said, that really the Grow Up is the application that can make the animations, right? And the slideshows of the photos in time. This is really only for the online use, but you can still use the Globe Observer app, which can be used in offline mode as well, when you don't have any network. And if you want to look into that, I recommend you, if you try there are several modules in this app, and if you try the land cover module, in that you can also take pictures of the area or around the tree, and then you can send it later, or you can somehow, you know, work with that later. But it works differently. It doesn't give you the animation. It's just that it will be visualized on the Globe database, your pictures. So if you want to try it, you can try it, but it works differently, but it will allow you to work without without internet connection.
Thank you again.
Okay, thank you.
Could I ask you something, anything, Bara? Can I ask you about application which you set landscape?
It's the Globe Observer app.
Globe Observer app. Yeah.
I put it to the chat. You can download it.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I see it. Thank you.
So thanks everyone for the questions, and it's time now to come to the next presentation, which will be presented by students of Kristina Trsteniak-Šivković from Sredná škola Čakovec from Croatia. So do we have the student team?
Hello. Yeah.
Okay. Hi.
So just a second.
Hi, we are Nika and Vito, and we are from Srednja škola Čakovec from Croatia, and we are participants in the GLOBE program. Our school has opened in year 2010-2011, and approximately 400 students attend our school. And here are our websites. In our school, students can choose between two programs: the general grammar program and the vocational program for medical workers, nurses, and physiotherapists. We are active since 2017, and there are 15 students in our GLOBE group from age 15 to 18, and we have two teachers, Dennis and Christina, both biology and chemistry teachers.
As a part of European Phenology Campaign, we observed two species near our school, the small-leafed lime and the birch. We observe them 3 times a week. The location and information of our trees is shown on the slide.
We started observing the trees on the 22nd of September. There are graphic representations shown on the slide. And as you can see from the graphs, the leaves on the small leaf lime tree started to change color on October 23rd, and the last leaf fell on November 6th. The first change in the color of the leaves of the birch tree was noticed on September 27th, and not a single leaf has yet fallen.
Here we decided for a regional GLOBE competition to temperature affects green down of small-leafed lime using the GLOBE protocol of phenology. The name of our project was a small-leafed lime green down in European mild warm climate.
So the question is, how does the minimum air temperature affect the yellowing process, and when does the yellowing begin, and when does the last observed leaf abscess? So our hypothesis is that lower minimum air temperatures would make the color changes in leaves appear earlier and would cause the last observed leaf to abscess sooner. Also, we decided to compare the yellowing of small leaf lime trees in Croatia with the northernmost locations within Europe in the same climate zone, for which there is data on the minimum air temperature and data on the phenology of small leaf lime. That was the Akmen Gymnasium in Akmen, Lithuania, and we assumed that the differences would be significant in these outermost locations.
The results of the last 3 years of small-leafed lime green down in Čakovec and Akmen are presented on the following graphs. So here we see that in Akmen in 2018, the date of color change of leaves was on October 31st, and in Čakovec, in Akmen it was on October 8th, and in Čakovec it was on October 31st. For 2019, it was a similar situation, where in Akmen the leaves started to change color on September 23rd, and here at our observatory it started to change on October 15th. And for 2020, in Akmen, leaves started to change color on the 12th of October, and here leaves started to change color on 26th of October.
In our project, we also compared the minimum air temperatures on both locations through over the last three years. It is evident that there are differences in the minimum air temperature, and by comparing the data, we found that the minimum air temperatures for the durations of the period we observed are mostly a degree or two higher in Čakovec than in Akmen. The data in table 1 confirms our hypothesis that with lower minimum air temperatures, the color changes in the observed leaves will be visible earlier, and the moment when the last leaf falls will also happen earlier.
Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much for this great presentation. And now I give word to all the participants. So if there are any questions or comments, please unmute yourself or write to the chat.
It was a very nice presentation, and I'm glad that I saw some pictures from the place Čakovec, because always when I'm traveling through the Croatia, I saw this name of Čakovec on the signs, and I have never been there. And it's you have a really very nice school. And in your presentation, it was very good that you had also the hypothesis, and that you used also the figures to see the results better than just the numbers. So it was a very nice presentation, and continue in your nice job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, I have a question. I really enjoyed your presentation, and I like that last slide that we can still see. So I can see that there is a group of, I think, 16 people. So is that your group of students who are involved in GLOBE? So do you work in this group, or how many students are involved in GLOBE at your school? How does it work if you for example collect the data? Do you have like you know, on some day someone goes and then the other goes? So do you have who is the manager of your team, or how you manage that?
Well, currently there are 15 students in our GLOBE program, and yes, we every day someone else goes to station.
Okay, so it's like you have it in the calendar, who goes which day, and like this you plan it in advance.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So you must be also a good organizers that you manage all this. Thank you.
Yes.
May I have a question, please?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm impressed. Congratulations for your presentation. It was really nice. And I would like to ask, since you have you made your research and measurements with your partners from Lithuania, I am impressed that you were able to collect the data for several years. If I'm correct, it was since 2017.
Yes.
Yes.
And my question would be, did you connect with your Lithuanian partners? Did you manage to get a bit closer and become friends, or are you more or less in contact? How does it work this year?
So we are not in continuous contact. We are just like talking when we have to exchange the information.
But we are in collaborations with North Macedonia and Ukraine. And we are planning on meeting on Skype, and we are just emailing.
Wow, that's intensive. You basically create like a little network around with other countries. That's very sweet. Thank you, and good luck for your other partnerships.
Thank you.
If there are any further questions, there's last minute for them. So maybe time for last question if there's one. There are also many nice comments in the chat from other teachers, and also from Diana Garasic, the country coordinator of Croatia. So everyone's congratulating you on the great job.
Okay, so I have one more question. Since you are at a secondary school, right? So do you plan to continue in your studies, or to, you know, start with a career in an area which is close to this, in some, you know, either science or environmental studies or something like this, or forestry or something about trees? Do you have any plans like this, or anyone from your team?
So I'm actually planning to be a photographer, and a nature photographer, and I would like to continue my research. So it would be like a hobby, and I would find some local place where I can exchange information, because I'm really interested in this GLOBE program, and in generally nature.
Oh, thank you. That's a nice way to go to pursue the photography of the trees and other nature aspects. It will give you a great time outdoors. Perfect. Thank you.
Excuse me, may I ask you one more question?
Yes.
The students from Čekovec, your presentation is very nice, and I very like this phenology. And could I ask you, are you planning to cooperate during Erasmus project with other country or no? Erasmus project.
Oh, I'm the teacher. Yes, it would be very nice.
Yes.
We are interested in, so if someone has the idea, or they can contact us. I will leave my email down.
We are cooperating with some school from Zagreb, with Osnovnaja škola, and it is very hard in this COVID area. Yes, but we are thinking that it will be better in the future.
Yeah, we hope so.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so thanks to everyone for the questions, and thanks for your great presentation. And well, I hope you will manage to continue your research and the cooperation, and maybe in a year or in the spring we will meet here, and you will show us even more graphs with results.
Yes.
I look forward to it. And now we heard the first 3 presentations, and there is a time for a little change. So now we will not hear a presentation, but see a video, which was created by Olga Movchan and her students from Young Naturalist Station of Velika Pusarivka from Sumy region, Ukraine. So enjoy watching it. I will share my screen and play the video now for you.
Young Naturalist Station of Velika Pusarivka, Sumy region. Under this name, we have a page in the international network of scientific and educational program, GLOBE, in Ukraine.
Our observations began in September 2017. Phenological observation we chosen, we observe seasonal changes of 3 trees: linden, Tyria cordata, Bichhan, Betulia pendula, common cherry, Prunus ceras. Each year, the beginning of the observation is a dormant, but in the spring and until the fall of the last test, live in the fall. Autumn, our task is 6 the dates of spring and bust, changing the color of the leaves of specific experimental trees in our area.
We record the results of research on the official website of the International Scientific and Educational Program, GLOBE, and systematically have gold highest awards for our work.
Our participation in the All-Ukrainian Marathon 2019 during the winter period, an excellent result. We are among the 10 best teams in Ukraine, which are invited to the city of Kyiv in June 2019 for GLOBE Games.
The celebration of the 20th anniversary of the International Scientific and Educational Program GLOBE in Ukraine took place with our active participation. It is our logo of the Games that is recognized as the best in Ukraine. And according to the results of the Games, our team 100%, while in Kyiv won the first place in Ukraine.
We are the winners of the All-Ukrainian Art Competition, GLOBE Calendar, in 2019 and 2020.
Since November 2018, we have been participation in atmospheric research. We systematically process analyze and export to the website the adhere indicators of the native land. The International Scientific and accumulation program GLOBE allows the accumulation, correction, storage, and process in GLOBE data. Nowadays, a group of 15 children are active participants in 2 stages of the Old Ukrainian project GLOBE. Atlas of Clouds of Ukraine, 321 photos of 10 different types of clouds we sent to the competition. We follow the slogan GLOBE. Do not read about science, but do science. We learn, explore, develop.
Okay, so it was the video. So we learn about the phenology observation, but also about other activities of the school and the great success in the national Ukrainian competitions. And so thank you very much, Olga, for submitting the video. Olga is here with us, so if you would like to send her some comments or send some comments and messages to the students, you can do it via chat. So please, you can send your messages to the chat. Well, I hope that you enjoyed the video as well as I did. And now we will continue with the presentation. And the next presentation will be by students of Jitka Dvorska from Environmental Club FALCO from the Czech Republic. So I can see Jitka Dvorska, she's here with us. So please, I don't know where are the students, so you can unmute yourself and greet us.
Hello.
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 Are we here all? Yes. So I will share the screen. Mám sdílet obrazovku?
But I can't see Magdalena. Majda. Už je tam.
Perfect. So it seems the team is complete. So I will now share the presentation. And I guess Magdalena will be speaking. So Magdaleno, prosím, vždycky jenom řekni další nebo next. A já posunu na další slide. Nebo Jitko.
Dobré. No, takže Eliško, začni.
Researches of FALCO. Next. Greetings from the Czech Republic. Next. Valašské Mezříčí. We live in Valašské Mezříčí. It is a city of the east part of the Czech Republic. Wallachia. Our region is called Wallachia. There is hilly and quite wood land space. FALCO. We aren't a school, but an environmental club FALCO. We meet every Thursday in our eco center.
Hello, I'm Eliška. I'm 11. I'm in the 5th class.
Hello, I'm Jitka. I am a teacher or leader of Club FALCO, and we are members of Czech Union for Nature Conservation.
Hello, my name is Eliška and I'm 12 years old. I like nature, science, animals and music.
Majdo. Nic?
Hello, my name is Maya and I am 12 years old. I am a member of FALCO. I watch a lime tree near my house. Next. Now I would like to talk about our research. At first, we chose trees for our research and then we marked them. But we had a problem. Because of COVID, we had to spend a lot of time outside during our lessons. One day, we walked with my classmates and teacher, and we went near Eco Center, where we FALCO observed the birch. My classmates found out that there were signs on our tree and they wanted to take it away. So I had to explain them that is a part of our research. Then we learned how to fill the protocol. It was quite easy for us. And then we measured the perimeter of our trees. Next.
We tried to identify the color of the leaves. At the beginning, we met our first problem. We took a photo of the leaf and defined the code. When we looked at the photo on the screen, we were surprised that color was different. What should be trusted, eyes or camera?
Next. Height of trees. Measured trees' heights. We used a clinometer and then we tried an up grow up. But we got two Dalvenger results. We think that the application doesn't work accurately because of various step lengths of the people measure it. We are going to try other ways of measuring of the tree height and comparing our results. Next.
Ricardo. We have friends in Varaždin in Croatia when we can cooperate with Croatian school via Padlet. Next. We are looking forward to Green Up, but now we are preparing a joint project with our partner school aimed at plants and birds. We are going to choose 5 spring flowers that grow near our neighborhood and observe when they start blooming. One of them will be coltsfoot. It is here on the picture. At the same time, we would like to monitor first arrival of white stork, swallows, and swifts. We would like to find partners somewhere in northern countries like Scandinavia, Poland, or Baltics who could join us. And if somebody interested in our project, don't hesitate and write to us. Next. Yes, that's the end. Thank you for your attention.
So thank you very much for the beautiful presentation. It was great teamwork. I can see the whole measurements were a great teamwork, and it continues even now with the presentation. And yeah, so if anyone is interested in the cooperation, and if there's someone from the northern countries, please contact Itka on her email. I will now stop sharing the screen, but Itka, maybe you can also write your email address into the chat later, so that those who are interested in cooperation can find it there and contact you. And now there's a time for questions. So if anyone would like to add something or ask, please feel free.
It was a very nice presentation, a very nice activity. And it's nice that you also do the soil phenology. And I have a lady in Valašské Meziříčí. This is our phenological observer. Maybe you know her, Mrs. Anička Kuříková. So if you know her, so give her many regards from me. It's my professional observer for the phenology. So you do a very nice job and continue this nice work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe I'd like to ask. I was surprised that. Thank you for the presentation. It's very nice presentation with a lot of information and plans for future. But I'd like to ask about the clinometer and the tree height. You used two ways how to measure the height of the tree, with the application and with the clinometer. So you receive different numbers at the end, and you plan to repeat it again and compare, or maybe to try another ways how to measure the height. And so I'd like to ask audience if you had also some problems with comparing the height with measuring in different ways, or if you use only application or only the clinometer tool. Anybody? It's probably you didn't try it, so okay, so no problem. I will try to check it myself, and because it's quite important to compare these results when we use different tools for measuring the height.
I would like to ask about your team. So how, from what age a girl or a boy can join your group, can become the member of FALCO? Who is the youngest team member in your group?
We have children since 7 to 15 years old, and but our team for GLOBE are children from 11 to 13, I think. But we try to learn younger members of our team to learn how to measure something, and I think it's important and interesting for them.
Thank you. Thank you.
In the chat, I can see a question from Vera Keselicová from Czech Republic. She really likes your plan, and she would like to ask if you want to cooperate also or if you plan to cooperate with some school from the Czech Republic.
We would like to.
Okay, perfect. Myself, I just want to give one comment that I was very happy to hear about your plans, that you started with the phenology campaign observation, with the observations of trees, but then you didn't stop only with this, but you found out the fields that you were interested in the plants, and also in the birds, in observation of animals, and their phenology changes or seasons. So this I find very nice, and I want to encourage also the other schools, other teachers and students here, that if you actually see that your project could be somehow deepened, or there could be new topics brought into your projects, don't stop. We in Phenology Campaign, we focus mainly on the trees, but it's very welcome to hear about or that you generally that you do also other activities and you observe phenology changes of other species than trees. So please feel free to do that.
I think it's interesting for children that can't go every day to watch trees, and they go outside and watch birds and plants around their house. It's not regular observation, but they can go out and watch something like that.
Definitely. So, so last minute for the question. Is there any other question or comment?
Right in this presentation because I had another meeting on the same time, unfortunately. But I want to look back if it's possible. And well, we are from the Netherlands, and well, I like to work together with another school if it's possible with this program. So if people are, if schools are interested, then I hope we can well, make maybe an online meeting to talk about that.
It would be nice.
So I sent my email address in the chat, and if you are interested, then we can well do it in Zoom or in Teams next week or something. Make an appointment about that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a nice offer. Can you, so your name is Alice, right?
Alice, yes.
Yeah, so can you perhaps just say like 3 sentences about your school, or, you know, how old the students are, or if you are focused on something specific so that people
Yeah,
know?
that's a good question. We are a school with, well, I think 1,100 students from 12 to 18 years. And this project is for around 13, 14 years old students. And we are in Eindhoven. It's in the south of Holland, and well, we have a high-tech region where we live in the south. It's like Philips, ASML, and well, a lot of factories like that are in our region. So we call our region the brain port of the Netherlands. And my job is to connect with other schools and with well, the high-tech companies in the near around. So, and the brain port is very interesting to meet other people from other countries and to connect.
Thank you, Alice. Yeah, that's a nice introduction, and I think the best way you should stay in touch with Lenka Klegger, who you will see as the main person, and you can talk to her about how you would like to, you know, collaborate because she's putting together the collaboration groups, and and that would be if nobody contacts you directly, you can always come through her.
Can I look back to this presentations of today? Or?
Yes, it will be, the recording of this meeting will be available. You will receive the link, and if you want the specific presentations, I think Lenka have all of them. So
okay, that would be great. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Okay.
I will just confirm all that Bára said already, and that I wrote my email address into the chat, so you can see it there, and I will be really happy to be in contact with you, and we can discuss together the possibilities of cooperation with other schools, and we will start planning the spring campaign. So definitely there will be a possibility to start cooperating, and yes, I can also share the presentation. That's not a problem. Well, okay. So the time is running really fast. So we should now get to our last presentation. And this last presentation, it's not being presented by students, but by teachers from Osnovná škola Ivana Filipovića from Croatia.
Hello.
And, hello.
Hello.
And
Do you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So this is Antonia Kojundžić,
yes,
who will do the presentation about their cooperation and use of online tool Wakelet.
Lenka, can I share my screen?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
Possible. Please try.
Okay. Okay.
We can see it now. Yes.
Okay. Can I start?
Yes.
Yes. Hello, everyone from Croatia, from Osijek, the primary school of Ivan Filipovic. I'm Antonija Kojundžić. I'm a geography teacher and GLOBE teacher in our school. Our school have one more GLOBE teacher, Ivana Frančić. She's not, unfortunately, today with me. She's a primary teacher and GLOBE teacher in our school. I will present how we do collaboration in our school in the phenology campaign between students in 3rd grade, Ivana Frančić students, and my students in 8th grade. This autumn, we start to collaborate in this way with the school partners, which we are assigned in European Phenology campaign. So start to look what we do. In our school garden, which has been announced as one of the most beautiful school gardens in Croatia, our students have the opportunity to do many GLOBE measurements. At the moment, they are doing phenology. They observe chosen trees for the European Phenology campaign. We use a digital tool, Wakelet, for our collaboration. Wakelet is a digital tool that gave us the opportunity for great collaboration between our students and school partners in European Phenology campaign. The advance of this kind of collaboration comes to the fore during distance learning this year. In GLOBE program, especially in European Phenology campaign, we saw that we have benefit from using Wakelet. Until now, our collaboration were on the forum on GLOBE Go. On the forum, we all put our photos. It was pretty ways to follow our posts, compare pictures of trees, and get conclusions. We GLOBE teachers in Wakelet open our collection, Phenology campaign. We manage our students to work in that collection. That they put their photos and drawings of their trees, measurements, and after the graphs that were made in GLOBE visualization. All students can see what others doing. They could see changes in the trees. They could compare and leave the comments. We teachers had a great view of their tasks. Also, we could put additional instruction, feedback, and comments for their great work. This school year, we prepare even better, and Wakelet gave us a new opportunity. We created a spaces for GLOBE program, and inside collection for all trees which our student measurements. Students have access to collection, and in that way they collaborate inside of the school. This collection we share with our partner school so that their student can put their photos of trees, leaf colors, tree height, and other activities. This is the example of our collection and collaboration with Ukraine and Latvian schools. You can see the photos of all schools here. From Ukraine, Lithuania, and Croatia. We put our presentation of our schools. In these collections, the trees, photos of our students, and all activities and what we do. And we all can see what other school can do. Wakelet is a great digital tool that can manage us for international cooperation. We hope that GLOBE teachers and students will start to use it and in that way improve collaboration and the project. Students can put their photos in collection from their mobile phones because there is a Wakelet applications in App Store or Google Play. Thank you for your attention. We are happy for future collaboration in European Phenology Campaign and other GLOBE projects. That's all from me.
Thank you very much, Antonia. I think this was a great inspiration for other school teams who may be trying to find a good way how to cooperate together and share the results among the schools in one country or among the different countries. So this is great that you have this experience, and can you share it with us? And please now, are there any questions about Wakelet or about the cooperation of Antonia and Ivana?
It was a very nice presentation, and it's a very good idea to cooperate like this. I really appreciate it, and it's a good inspiration also for the professional level. Thank you.
Thank
good luck.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, and Wakelet is very easy to use. When we send invitation to Ukraine school and Lithuania, and they never do with Wakelet before that, they use it very easily.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Could I ask you, Ivana, from Croatia? I would like to ask you, I think that the work through Wakelet is very easy, and students enjoyed it. Is it?
Yes.
Okay or
yes.
no? Yeah. Maybe more than a grow-up application. Yeah.
My students like to work with Grow Up and Wakelet. They love to use digital tools.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
This was actually the last presentation of this today's webinar. So I think we can continue the questions if there are some more questions to Antonia. So please keep asking Antonia. But if you also have some general questions or general comments, or if you would like to share some of your ideas, it's a time for it now. We have some time left that we can use for discussion and for sharing. So please go ahead, talk to us, or write into the chat.
Yeah, there is a comment and question in the chat from Diana Garasic. So it's a very nice example of good practice, great presentation. And will you announce the idea about first spring flowers?
I didn't mean to speak about that, but when Diana started this, my colleagues, GLOBE teacher from Varaždin, Marina Balazhinec, and I plan to start a project on e-twinning and something like maybe a GLOBE collaboration with first spring flowers. It will start in January on e-twinning. Marina planned that maybe that be and the GLOBE maybe like a GLOBE collaboration or campaign. She started to plan that with Diana and some other teachers from Europe. I will do all about this project on e-twinning, And we call all GLOBE teachers to join this project. We don't have exactly planned about this.
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe next time on some other webinars, we present all the steps of projects.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Nice inspiration and invitation for schools to join.
Yes, we will definitely be glad to hear about the development of your cooperation and of the project. In the chat window, I can see that Bara shared a question from Patrick from the Netherlands, who asked about the experience from collaboration. So, and what are the benefits of collaboration with other schools? What did you learn from the collaboration? And this is actually something that I would also very much like to ask you, if the collaboration was pleasant and successful for you, and yeah, what did it bring you?
Teachers and to students as well.
Mm-hmm. I can, in the chat window, I can also see a comment from Martin Broska, who was also collaborating and started working in a phenology campaign this year. Martin, would you like to say a few words about your involvement in the campaign?
Yes. It will be very brief because, in fact, we started with phenology only this year without any experiences. And we made only several observations, and then our school was closed due to coronavirus. But we used a few measurements, what we measured, and we tried to determine dependence between leaves color change and temperature. And also we tried to find out what temperature they fall. So now we established some basic hypotheses, and we would like to try to verify them next autumn, because we haven't enough measurements to make some results now. That's all of us, because we started with phenology, and after 3 weeks, they closed our school.
Thank you. Thank you, Martin. I actually think you did a lot of work, so you really planned your research and started with the observation, planned or decided for the hypothesis. So it's not few work to do for only 3 weeks, and it is really a pity that COVID.
Yeah, we have a basement for other year for observation next year.
Exactly. So there's where to start in the next autumn.
Martin, just what trees, what species did you select for, what trees do you have around school?
Yeah, we selected lime because we named it Lime of Freedom, because we planted from 100th anniversary of establishment of our country. So we named it Lime of Freedom, and we decided to observe it.
Thank you. So there are some, I'm sure there are student research online in other countries as well. I think a couple of them were mentioned today as well.
Yeah, we obtained contact to participant school in Poland. We sent them some introductory presentation about our activities, but we still don't have any answer. So we must wait to end of the COVID quarantine, I think.
Okay, good luck.
It will not be end.
I hope it will be very soon.
I hope so. We have the same problem with hydrology project in our Erasmus project. Yes, because we cooperate with the Zagreb school, and we have 1 year. Yes, and we have had 1 year more. Yeah, and it is a problem because we planned to go to Zagreb, to go to Latvia, to go to Slovakia, and we can't. But we don't have when it will be possible. It's a problem.
I hope it will end very soon, because all of us, I think, have some social deprivation without contact with students.
Yeah, and we will wait that we will go to school on Monday, but I think it will not be through. Yeah.
I think the biggest problem will be to continue with motivation with students, because they were at home more than 1 month. And now we have to continue measurements, researches, and we have to mobilize their motivation again.
Yeah, it's true. But maybe we can ask Croatian teachers if students go to measure alone without teacher in their free time or no. Yeah. No Croatian teacher.
So we are currently live in schools. It depends on the region. Some schools are online, and some schools are in school. Some students are in school.
Yes, and can Croatian students go to measure alone or no?
My students go, but depends on the region.
Yeah. Because Lidia Žižković from school from Zagreb say that students go alone to the water to measure, but our students can't do it this way. It's a problem in the Czech Republic. Yeah. Thank you.
My students are in primary school, and they are too young to go alone.
Yeah. Yeah. We too. We have the same problem.
Yes, in our school, all after-school activities was denied, absolutely denied.
Yeah.
By headmaster.
Thank you.
So I hope in terms of motivation of students, the spring campaign could be a good start again, because like the observing of the bud birds, it's something, when I ask for feedback for the campaign, every time I get so many answers. Like we really were amazed by the moment when the buds on our tree bursted open. So this is something that I can see from schools, that they really enjoy, the students, they really enjoy it. It's like a little miracle when the leaves start to grow. So I hope it will help the student, that also the town will be better and students will be able to restart the observation and that the spring will motivate them to continue.
I hope they are looking forward to it.
Okay. Maybe I would like, I'm still very interested if you cooperated and in the autumn campaign, and if you enjoyed it. So I would like to try a little activity. So please, when you look on the bottom bar of your Zoom window, you can see reactions. There's a little smiley with a plus on his head, and there's a written reactions underneath. So please, if you cooperated in the autumn campaign with any partner school, wave the hand or clap the hand. And if you cooperated and you were really happy to do it, or it brought some nice some benefits for you, please show the thumb up. So let's see how it was here without today's participants. So I can see first thumbs up. Okay. Wow, the hands on many of you and thumbs up. So it's nice to see that many of you actually cooperated, and most of those who cooperated really enjoyed. And I hope that this webinar was beneficial for those who cooperated, but also for those who don't have experience with the cooperation yet. So maybe it is a good inspiration for you that it is nothing to worry about, that you now know a bit more about the cooperation and about the way how to plan the projects together. And that maybe you will join the collaboration group in the spring or in next autumn.